How old does Alan Gray look to you? 65? 70? He's 81. In his own head, though, he's still 13.
Lemon grey nomads. Can't you see I'm using the road?
When Terrain Tamer organised a couple of these grey nomads to learn about trip preparation, Alan is less than impressed.
Oh, they're over the hill. Now we've got a couple of old blokes we've got to keep an eye on in case they're dying of heart attack. We'll need full-time defibrillation equipment. We'll need nurses on hand. Who knows?
Will Alan learn to be patient? Or will he come out of this looking like the grumpy old man?
Yeah, well, you know what old blokes are like. They want to chew your ear off, tell me stories from way back. Well, I don't have time for that sort of thing, you know? Oh, blimey, do you have a look at this? Nanny nap. I thought you guys would be haven't even started yet. I thought you guys would be out cleaning the workshop up. It's filthy dirty.
We just got in here.
Ah, rubbish.
You worked us too hard yesterday.
Too hard yesterday, nothing. You were sitting on a thing watching me nearly all day.
Oh,
Now, what do you know about common rail that you've got to be a little bit more careful about?
not much at the moment. I think I need to learn a fair bit.
So one of the things that they're telling us more and more now is that we perhaps shouldn't idle more than 4 minutes. We shouldn't do short runs. We shouldn't feed the cows out the back like a lot of people do. They need to reach working temperature twice, every time you turn the key on, at least twice a week to try and clean the carbon out. There's a few things that we can fix and I'll show you that, but they're some of the main things, and clean fuel, very clean fuel.
Right.
Okay, no sitting around here like a stale can of milk. Let's go and get some work done.
Can we finish our smoko first?
No. Get your hands off that.
Treat us like monkeys.
Well, that's all the work I get out of here.
The common rail diesel injection system generates extreme pressure to atomise the fuel more efficiently, resulting in better fuel economy, reduced exhaust emissions and higher engine power.
Welcome to Show and Tell, kids. Look at that. Yeah, first thing we might do when we think about going on a trip would be to look at injectors and think about fuel, because that's pretty important. You're running a vehicle with common rail,
Yeah.
200 series. What have you done anything or thought about that?
No, I haven't actually.
It's time you did, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Quickly, I might run through this little picture here. We've got a fuel tank, a filler, extra filler, which you should have by now, and I don't know whether you have or not. A standard filler, so we got, say, 30 micron, 7 micron, and the pump. Now, the pump's turning out about 30,000 pounds of pressure, and it causes some problems up. This is the common rail, which is only a pipe with a hole in it. Pressure relief, bypass, and the high pressure line going down to the injectors. Now, the injectors are what we're talking about at the moment. They're pretty high tech stuff. We only sell new ones, but when we sell actually the kit, because of the very high pressure. These injector pipes, they only flare once and then they give trouble if you don't sell them. So they need to be changed certainly at injector times. Otherwise, you can damage your brand new injectors, which is not good. So these injectors are fired from the ECU, and it's important if you've got a problem that the ECU is fed with the right amount of voltage. So if there's a problem with the vehicle, you will make sure the battery is fully charged, because these run around about 140 volts. So if you're down on the input here, you're down there. So these injectors fire up to 10 times per stroke. It's a bit different than normal, so they're pulsing probably 600 million times every 100,000 kilometres.
Hey.
So you're right. So how would you know that the injectors might be faulty?
Well, if the motor's running a bit rough, there'd be a different noise change in the motor, I imagine.
Yeah, okay. Anything else?
Smoke out the...
Bit of smoke out the back. If I'm in any trouble, I ask the guy next to you. Behave yourself, you're breathing down your neck. So we've got, any fault here can cause serious problems. In some vehicles, if you have a fault with the injector in, say, 15 kilometres, you can do $6,000 worth of damage to the BF filter. Don't want that. Okay, guys, let's go shopping.
Excellent. Sounds good.
Right. Now, into the parts section. Wacko. Even smells nice.
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh, that's me, probably. And you guys know what diesel fuel conditioner is?
No, I've not had to use it myself.
Diesel fuel conditioner? Don't use diesel fuel conditioner?
No.
So we got some stuff, so because you've got no sulphur in fuel these days, what's lubricating the 30,000 pounds per square inch pump? That's the trouble. So it needs something.
Right.
And I've contacted some of the fuel companies and they want us to actually sell a conditioner of some sort. So we've got a really top brand of stuff here that we've been selling for a long, long while. It goes all over the world. Now, listen, grab that one of those up there. We're going to put one of those on too later.
All right.
Catch can.
Okay then.
Strain yourself now.
All right. A bit short one,
Careful,
eh?
yeah.
All right.
Do you want some high heels?
No, I'll be
Okay.
right. Thanks, unless you're taking me out for tea.
No. Diesel fuel conditioner, we got about half a dozen things that does good fuel economy. better power. The truckies reckon it's worth a gear better in the Adelaide Hills. I see a guy walking out with 10 litres of it at the Adelaide show, and I said, what's going on? He said, I wouldn't run my truck outside the yard without it.
A catch can is an oil fume filter that reduces carbon buildup in the manifold and intercooler. Common rail diesel vehicles are subject to carbon buildup. So to solve this issue, Alan's going to talk us through the Flash Lube Catch Can Pro.
Who knows what a catch can is? Put your hand up. You want to go to the toilet? We've got problems with fumes coming out of the tappet cover, going into the inlet manifold, which goes to the turbo and the intercooler and hoses and everything else. We're trying to stop that. So we're going to put that in the line between the tappet cover and wherever it goes, which could be inlet manifold, turbo pipe or whatever. We just all do is cut the pipe, put it in line with that. So we've got nice inlets and outlets, good, no restriction. Got a pressure relief valve, vacuum release valve, that's important, so we're not going to pressurise the crankcase and blow the seals out. This one also has its own separate and integral filter. We're going to drain that every time we do a service. If, for instance, it's got double the amount that it used to have, then it makes us aware that, hey, there's something wrong. We need to take that hose off. That's the one we're going to replace. Drag that one off. So that's the hose between the tappet cover and the inlet manifold. And just have a look inside there. See all the oil and stuff that's inside, that's filthy dirty. Yeah, like that's the stuff that's going into the intercooler, into the turbo bearings, on the hoses, into the engine too. It doesn't help the engine.
Look at that.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to avoid. So a catch can is vitally important on particularly common rail diesels.
When fitting a catch can, you need to make sure the hoses you use are oil resistant.
Okay, when you guys are finished putting that on, shut the bonnet. And don't be late in the morning. None of this midday turn up like it's been the last few days.
Okay.
Wow. All right, catch up with you, bud.
Okay guys, what have you been up to today?
Oh, g'day, Brent. We've just finished fitting this catch can. Did all the new hosing.
Terrific. Now I'm after Al, do you know where he is?
No, we've been flat out all day, mate. I haven't seen him for a while, actually.
I haven't seen sight and sign of him, mate.
Alright, yell out if you see him for me if you can.
Certainly
Okay.
will.
Thanks,
No
boys.
worries. Doing fine work there, mate.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Ash. I think we'll close the bonnet up, eh?
And he's worried about their age.
Terrain Tamer, parts that will get you home.